Hi, it's Susan here and welcome to In the Craft Room. Today we've got our hands on issue number 23 and we're going to be making the Cecily Parsley Applique character square. Our next issue, which is issue 24, will also feature Cecily Parsley and there'll be no patch to make. So today I'm going to be just preparing and ironing down the pieces. I'm also going to deviate a bit in the design. As well as issue number 23, which I picked up today, I also received a surprise package from my local newsagents as well. In episode number 49, if you remember, I had the Midnight Floral missing from the pack. That was the Trafalgar Square issue 14, and today Hatchet, the company who supplies this, very kindly supplied all the subscribers with a new set. Although I did make the Trafalgar Square and omitted the Midnight Floral, these fabrics will come handy later on. So with issue number 23, to make the Cecily Parsley Applique, you will receive the blue gingham backing fabric, which I am going to be using. You'll be receiving the pink, the emerald, the tan and the white. Let's get cracking. So I've got template number 1, which I've accessed first, and I'm going to trace all of the pieces for Cecily Parsley onto my Bonder web. I'm going to be using all my little offcuts of Bonder web today. I'm going to start tracing on the paper side with the webbing side down. I've managed to squeeze economically all of the 18 pieces for Cecily Parsley onto 2 strips. I'm going to be cutting them out now. All of Cecily Parsley's pieces have been cut out and placed onto their designated fabrics. But earlier I did say that I was going to deviate a bit. I have some green fabric here which I'm going to be ironing Bonder web on the back of, as I'm going to be cutting this fabric out for bushes in our applique scene. I've also got some brown fabric here, and I'm going to be ironing on Bonder web here as well to make a pathway for Cecily Parsley to travel on. I'm going to omit the vegetables which are at the base of the design. I just think they look a bit random and floating on the scene, so I'm going to be having a path and some bushes. It's time to get the iron out and press all of our Bonder web pieces onto the fabric. I'm up to pressing Cecily's sleeve onto the pink, but instead of the pink, I'm going to be using the pink stripe. I'm also going to be ironing on an extra piece of Bonder web on the back of the fabric. I'm going to cut out the folds and pleats in her fabric using the pink stripe instead of doing the embroidery. It's time to cut out all of the Bonder web pieces which have been pressed onto our fabric. I've got all of my pieces cut out and also my extra pieces, my path, my bushes, and I'm going to leave the creases till last and cut them out to suit. I'm not going to be tracing the design onto my backing fabric. I'm going to be removing the backing of the Bonder web and placing all of my pieces onto my fabric, looking at the guide. Once I've got it as to where I want it, I'm then going to give it a press in one big hit. I'm going to start with my path and work around that. We've got our placement all sorted. I've removed the backing of the Bonder web before placing it in its position. I'm now going to give it a press really carefully and fuse it down onto the backing fabric. So here we have my finished requirements for issue number 23. I've traced out, cut out and ironed on Cecily Parsley on her backing fabric. I've also added my own little touches. I added the pathway. She looked like she was floating in the middle of the fabric. I also added the bushes. There's no wheel or tyre on the wheelbarrow and it looks a bit odd, so I concealed that with the bushes. And I've also added the pink stripe to link her in with the other patches. I'm really happy how she's turned out so far, but join me next time for issue 24, where we stitch down all of her pieces and add in her features. Thank you for joining me today, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. I hope you've enjoyed making your Cecily Parsley applique square, and see you next time. Bye!